Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I will probably have another Black Friday video coming up. But anyways, this time I'm going to be reviewing Napoleon. Now, of course, we all know who Napoleon is. We all learned about him in school. Basically, Napoleon is one of the most famous world leaders of all time, and Ridley Scott has made an adaptation of that man. There have been other adaptations before, and this is probably going to be known as the most memorable one because, it's Ridley Scott, and I love me a good Ridley Scott epic, despite the fact that his last two movies were bombs, especially The Last Duel. I am still happy that he's still continuing to make movies. He's like 85 years old now. So it shows that even with filmmakers like him and Martin Scorsese, they still have the power to truly make something epic. And while I wouldn't necessarily say this is his best film, nor would I even say it's as good as some of his, I didn't like it as much as Last Duel, but I thought it was pretty damn good for what it was. I did like it a bit more than House of Gucci. I heard some critics say that, it doesn't follow the historical events, fully accurately. But at the same time, it's a movie. It's not always going to get the entire thing right. But first of all, Joaquin Phoenix, I feel like anything the man is in, he's bound to be really good. And he's really good in this one, despite the fact that he might be taller than Napoleon himself. But it didn't really bother me all that much. The movie focuses a lot on him and his relationship with his wife in the movie, Vanessa Kirby, which tends to be romantic, but also turns out to be very toxic, which is probably some of my least favorite aspects of the film in general. And the movie can be very slow, but it's something that I expected. And when it comes to the battle sequences, they are epic, they are brutal, and there's something that I definitely found myself really digging in terms of what the movie had to offer in terms of the epic stuff that was going on in the film. And in terms of the length of the film, it is over 2.5 hours long, and there's supposed to be a 4-hour cut coming to Apple TV Plus, which might make the movie better because director's cuts usually bound to make the movie better. I mean, Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League was way better than the original version of that film. Hell, I like the version of, the director's cut of The Exorcist more than the actual movie, and the actual movie is fantastic, so who knows? Because I do feel like there's a big portion of this movie that definitely feels left out, but I do feel like that the movie, for the most part, tends to be a very well-made film, in terms of Ridley Scott's direction and the way he shoots the movie. The way the film is shot, the costume design, it is all excellent. And while it might not be fully accurate to the actual story of Napoleon, I just expected Ridley Scott to make a good film in general, and I felt like he definitely did that here. But like I said, in terms of the issues that I did have, I didn't really feel like the romantic stuff or the relationship with his wife in terms of, because there's a time where in the movie, this brief spoiler, where she's cheating on him, but Napoleon still loves her, and they get together anyway, so yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say because it's actually not a whole lot to talk about. I mean, if you know who Napoleon is, you know exactly what to expect. But, they were bound to get some stuff wrong that the actual events of Napoleon didn't actually happen, but a lot of historical films do that. But, did Ridley Scott do a good job making the film? For the most part, yes. It might not be as memorable as his other previous films involving historical events like Gladiator or The Last Duel, but I definitely do feel like Ridley Scott knew, for the most part, what he's doing in terms of his direction and the way he casted his characters. It's all pretty solid for the most part. It might not be his best film, and despite the fact that a big chunk of the movie definitely feels left out, and all that stuff between his wife and the movie, it can be forgiving enough, and who knows, maybe when the full cut of the movie comes out, because they did announce that it would be coming to Apple TV Plus, because the 4-hour long movie is just way too much. 3.5 hours is fine, but 4 hours is just way too much. But hey, I might watch it, even though I don't watch Apple TV Plus that much, but I did watch the new Tetris movie, and that was really good, so yeah. Strong performances all around, definitely saved the film from being just a flat out, snore fest. and the battle sequences are truly epic. There is quite a bit of them. It does tend to be brutal, and it's what I enjoy seeing in terms of Ridley Scott epic films. Not a new instant classic, but in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets completely shot out of the Oscars, just like, you know, his previous films did. But bottom line, I do think it's worth a watch, worth seeing in a theater. I definitely recommend supporting it. Ridley Scott is still a masterful filmmaker nonetheless. Even though I wouldn't really call this a new masterpiece, I still think it's a very solid one in his filmography. Just give me a little bit more time and I will be seeing Wish as well. I'm sure that's the movie you want me to talk about the most because, you know, a lot of people haven't been saying the nicest things about it, but I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, but I will, so I'll let you guys know what I think. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.